Alrighty, we are back now with a bit of a post-game interview with Grifdy. Now, I'll kind of want to open things up because map number one was very one-sided with y'all. Y'all won out 13-1. And when we were casting the game, we were really talking a lot about Dez because Dez seemed like to be the very flashy player of that game. Now, but when we went back and looked at it, your stat line that game was crazy. 11 kills, 2 deaths, 10 assists. Like you really were like the underground player that game. And when that kind of happens, like the as a smokes player, I feel like you're kind of comfortable with that, right? Like you really want
Yeah.
that to be what happens. So when that happens, like do you just kinda enter, like, a bit of a flow state, I feel like, when that happens?
I mean, I feel like coming into this game, we were more expected to perform kind of as we did. We were coming into this, we were knowing that this team was like at a lower level, like no offense or anything, but we just were coming in, we're wanting to play more disciplined and whatnot. We've been trying to practice on, when we're playing against teams that we think we're personally better than. We've been trying to focus on our discipline, which is what was trying to take into effect. So it's why I only died twice. I was trying to, help out Dez when he's really aggressive and whatnot. I was actually playing Initiator for most of this semester. Switched back on the smoke, so it's kind of been more of a going back to my roots, I guess. I originally started playing smoke, so yeah.
Interesting,
Yeah, that
interesting.
that was a great map one. I wanna move on to little map two. I kind of want to prod your brain about what kind of the vibes were the team going into map two as well as while the game was happening because it was kind of the hamburger show. He was just
Yeah,
shooting everyone on site, holding on site, 1v4, 1v3, getting that crazy solo ult.
yeah, he just wanted to just have fun and just shoot people. We were kind of just letting him do his thing. Uh, I don't letting him get almost 30 kills. I mean, I think he had like four or five, like I think four 4Ks or something ridiculous. I don't know. And we're just trying to let him kind of control it, I guess. I was still calling with Knight, and we were kind of just keeping things disciplined to an extent. I mean, you might have noticed that we were kind of in there, spawn someone, and like I wouldn't say goofing around, but we were definitely like trying to do some baity plays and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, it
So,
definitely felt like it
no.
was still pretty disciplined there.
I do wanna talk about something because right now, after today, y'all's record is going to be 6-1. The only loss that I think y'all have had so far was to Columbia College. So when you have games like these, is it something you guys really try to take into account to really, just kind of learn from because you've only lost that one game to Columbia College. So you want to try to gain as much as you can from the rest of the teams in this league, and then go into the your all second match later on in the season against Columbia College. Like, is there something that you can take from these games and winning as dominant as you are, and try to uh, re-perform at that level against Columbia?
Yeah, so I think coming in these games, we're just our like our coach has been really been reiterating to us that we're trying to not necessarily, practice our gun skills or practice, team like coordination and whatnot, but more practice on listening to the comms and the calls mid rounding and especially playing with discipline. Because while it might not matter against teams that aren't as good, you can kind of get away with a lot more. When there are better teams like Columbia, you got to play a lot more disciplined and you can't just like say Hamburger go kill or Sam go or Dez go kill. Like it you gotta play more disciplined. So this is where these matches kind of come into play because if you can't play disciplined against worse opponents, you're not gonna play disciplined, or it's gonna be like awkward discipline against better opponents.
All right, so I got one last question here, maybe. So with the new patch coming in, are we going to expect any sort of changes with your team comps potentially on older maps, or are you looking to kind of prepare some of these newer maps that are coming back in?
Well, I know Abyss, which isn't taken out, which is what was one of our better maps. It was that and Lotus, which we were trying to get to play on more often. But coming in with new maps is we'll definitely be going back to I would say more meta comps. I don't think we're taking Wave Lay or whatever her name is into account. She seems more of like a gimmicky ranked type of like jet slash neon thing, but without really great space taking. So I think we'll be probably taking stuff like as we've been doing.
Well, One final thing, Grifty, is there anything you want to say to anyone watching at home? Any supporters? Anything? Anyone like that? Just go ahead and shout them out now. Anything?
I'll shout out Cheapy for always being there for me.